Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and as you can see I am back in my dorm, no longer at my house. That is why the room is different, just in case you were wondering. And today we are checking out Somewhere in Time. I thought because Christopher Reeve is in this movie and I just watched a whole bunch of Superman movies, I thought why not continue on this kind of Christopher Reeve train and watch Somewhere in Time. I was originally going to watch this later on, like 2 or 3 weeks down the line, and I was going to watch Sound of Music today, but I don't have 3 hours of spare time because that movie is really long. So I moved Sound of Music a little bit later on, hopefully next week, but maybe the week after. And I moved Somewhere in Time up because I was really excited to watch it today, and 2, I don't have 3 hours of time. I have about 2.5 hours of time, and Somewhere in Time is a good length for the movie today. But yeah, I am really excited for this film. It's a romance. That's kind of all I really know. Somewhere in Time makes me think that there's some form, maybe not time travel, but I don't know, the movie will play with time in some way, I feel like. But yeah, I'm just really excited. I love Christopher Reeve, and that's all I have to say. And before we get into his reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn on the light and we can decide what color it should be. Boop. Nice. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go blue, like a nice light blue for today. The poster, they're on a beach, nice blue ocean, nice blue sky. I feel like blue is just a nice calming color. I think this movie is gonna be fairly calming. If it's not calming, then the lighting is very wrong, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a nice calming romance film. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon. I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 exclusive Patreon movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose, so thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so let's just get into this film. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Somewhere in Time. Christopher Reeve, Superman himself. John Barry, I recognize that name.
What is happening?
It's weird. It is so weird seeing Christopher Reeve as not Superman, because I've just seen him as Superman in 5 different movies. And so now not seeing him as Superman is odd.
Let's all have some cake. Penelope. Great. Okay.
I bet this old lady used to be his past lover, or his future lover, her past lover. There's some like Weeping Angel Doctor Who stuff going on.
Was she?
I never saw her in my life.
What did she give you?
Yet you feel like you've known her your whole life. Hey? Be really funny if she was just some random lady just pulling a prank. I bet they used to sit there and have long chats in the moonlight. Eight years later? Wow, what a time jump. The music is beautiful. Seems a little frustrated there.
Aha, what?
Aha, where you going?
I'm going on a trip.
Where?
I have no idea.
To that lighthouse place.
Joe going with you?
No, I don't think so. We broke up.
Oh, what? This feels like a pretty low budget movie. It feels like just the audio and stuff like that. It feels definitely low budget. Doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying my observations. It'd also be really funny if the Grand Hotel was just really small. Oh, it'd be so good.
Arthur, 313, please.
Arthur really trying to be doing his best Albert Einstein impression.
47, was it?
Oh, really? You've been here that long?
Well, I've been here since 1910.
What the heck? Seriously?
Got yourself a nice view here.
It is the lighthouse area.
Have we ever met before?
What the heck is happening?
No, I'm sure we haven't. Have a nice stay here, Mr. Collier.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So is Christopher Reeve gonna go back in time? Yeah, he does have the watch. It's very nice. I would have kept it too. Does he go back in time? I'm so confused. What if Arthur is Christopher Reeve in the future? Will we see an old Christopher Reeve? So many questions swirling around my head. None of them answered at the moment, sadly. Wonder if he'll see himself in the picture. I don't know what's happening in this movie, but I really enjoy it. I think he goes back in time, I guess. Is she there? The old lady? Does he have a spider sense? Oh, look at the light beaming onto that. Look at that lighting. That's so good. Whatever the song is that's playing, it's actually gorgeous. No, name tag. Aw, so lame. Who is this mystery girl? Maybe the lighthouse is a time machine.
1912.
She's a little old for you now, I'd say, you know? She might look more like a prune than a person. Why is he so fascinated? I mean, like, he probably feels a connection towards her because she's probably the old lady. But it's just so interesting. Like, I want to know why, how, who, what, where, when. I want to know everything. It's like, I figured out what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to invent time travel so I can be with her.
Find them in...
Oh, could you do that for me, please?
Well, all right.
Thanks, I'm in the back.
Okay.
What the heck was that? She looks so done and all of a sudden she's like, well, you know, just for you, Superman. I can't believe he recognizes her face. Again, it's probably the connection thing. I'm very excited. You literally gave them no time to open the door.
This is something very personal.
I don't understand.
I'm in love with this woman.
Never left it out of her possession. Disappeared the night she died.
What? She died that night?
Won't you come in, please?
Thank you.
If he gave that watch to her originally, I wonder when the first time someone gave that watch to her was, and then I'd like to ask, how old is that watch?
About 1912, after she performed in a play at the Grand Hotel.
So interesting. So interesting. What happened?
She read that book over and over.
Travels through time. There we go. We're having time travel. The song. He listened to that song. He knows the song. I feel like this song is gonna make me cry later in the movie. I just feel it.
What can I do for you?
I have a question for you, sir.
Shoot.
Is time travel possible?
He's like, how do you know about my time machine?
Not all important, but essential. The rest is here.
If you think you're in the past, you go to the past.
If I attempt to hypnotize my mind, suggest to it that it isn't 1971, but 1571. Oh, it was imperfect. Granted. How would it be otherwise? There were...
This is a very interesting form of time travel. I've never seen it done like this before.
Knows?
But if you just hypnotize yourself, wouldn't you just be lying to yourself that you're in another century? Maybe just making things up, almost hallucinating? Or would you actually time travel? He's looking pretty good though, pretty sharp.
Aha.
Ooh.
That's it.
Sorry, I just cut my finger on how sharp he's looking. Oh, it's okay. If you turn the video off now, I understand.
You don't know me. But you will.
I don't know if that's the best line to start with, but you will sounds a little creepy.
Elise McKenna. Goodbye. Elise McKenna. Now.
Do the coins not work?
You have traveled back in time. Soon, you will open your eyes. And you will walk into the corridor
It's almost like a form of torture. You know, this is like mind control. Like, what if he's just hallucinating all this? That's what I think. Scientifically, I think that would be possible.
And accept.
It'd be so hard to relax and accept. Also, that thing isn't from 1912, so like it kind of ruins the whole idea of taking everything out of your room that's not from 1912. This is so interesting. I thought he was going to go back in time. We're half an hour into this movie and hasn't gone back in time yet. I really like this slow build up.
Arthur? Come on, wake. Hi, Arthur. I'm really sorry to wake you up, but...
Yeah, you should be.
Attic, Mr. Guy.
And the attic wasn't locked or anything? You could just go in there? That's creepy. He found those so quickly, unless he's been up here for hours and hours. I know it would take me probably a year to find those books. Also, this movie is sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Richard, it's you.
I was there.
That's so weird. Imagine seeing that before you've even been back. That is so weird. It's so weird. This movie is messing with my mind. What the heck is happening? I'm gonna try and time travel like this after this.
6 p.m. Of course.
What have I been saying? This is literally what I just said. I'm smarter than you, Richard. I think he's there. I think he is there. The smile, does he know he's there? Does he know he's made it? Does he remember the future? And he doesn't seem like he's in so much shock that he's in the past. He's like, was not expecting this. Oh, because I guess it's not his room anymore, is it? Hide behind the door. Or pretend to be the coat rack.
Lie down for a while.
It's a good idea.
Great idea.
I warn you. I've had enough of this constant bickering.
Great idea, dude. You risked it all just to say that.
Indeed, you'd better, sir. I'd have reported it myself if I'd known that there was a...
That was actually so smooth, how he walked back. Oh, I would never have thought of that.
McKenna here.
No, I'm afraid she's not.
Could you tell me where she is?
I'm sorry, I have no idea, monsieur.
Yeah, she's in there. She is in there. 1912 would be kind of sucky though. You got both world wars to go through. You got the Cold War. A lot of things happen between 1912 and whenever the movie actually takes place.
Not inside, Arthur.
Oh, that's Arthur. Oh, the ball. Oh yeah, I remember. There you go. That's the play.
All right, if he's that anxious to get out of here, let him doff his fine coat and help us tear down the set. What?
Oh my god, don't shout.
I wonder if you know where Miss McKenna might be.
Very well, very well. Let us take it again.
Everyone just ignoring him. Guys, he's Superman. Answer him.
Why not
Hello?
sell her by the pound?
Take it again.
Why not put her on the scale?
Why did he decide to go down so slow? Oh my god, that's an insane shot. I was wondering why they closed the blinds and then you see a reflection there, the orange streak of sunset. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Does she have the same connection?
No, you didn't start.
I think I did.
I'll take you into dinner now.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
Gave no name.
There was hardly time.
You were conversing, Keller.
She said 4 sentences. Richard, man, why are you creepily walking behind them like that?
I must ask you to stop annoying Miss McKenna any further. If you do not, I shall see that you're put out.
Put out of the hotel and put out of life. Oh my god, Richard, you have to stop. It's so creepy.
20 dozens of high jump items.
Now this looks like just a bash. I don't know, what do people say in 1912 when they're having fun? Like, I don't know, cheer up, we're having a holler of a time. I don't know.
Thank you.
I'm interested in how they're gonna do Miss McKenna because we're probably halfway through this movie now. And she's only had like 6 lines, so, you know, she's barely a character at the moment.
There's no need to be afraid of me.
I'd be a little terrified, I won't lie.
You want to do this?
Yes.
Don't worry, William. I shall return momentarily.
Yeah, throw this guy's monocle in his face.
Why did you say, is it you?
Why did you say that, huh, punk?
When can I see you again?
Would you get glasses?
Richard Collier.
Wrong answer. That is not the password.
I don't eat breakfast on performance days.
Oh, no,
What?
of course not.
Crazy, you're crazy.
Mr. Collier.
No.
I don't eat any food, ever.
I was hoping maybe you'd call me by my first name, Richard.
Why should I?
I don't know. Just hoped you would.
Because it's the normal thing to do, lady.
Say, Richard, that's me. Thank you. I would love to walk.
You can't say no to the Reeve Meister. He's so charming.
Tell.
She's crazy about me.
I wish to one day have the self-confidence and charm that Christopher Reeve has.
American stage in the past decade? Perhaps I've seen one?
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, they're in the future.
That I shall ever see one graced by Miss McKenna.
Oh wow, this man is rough and tough.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Excuse me. Arthur.
Let Arthur bounce the ball.
One single, $3 a day. Bathroom, privileges extra.
$3 a day.
Sorry, are you sure this is the right room?
The right room, sir? I don't understand.
Must be the room that was on the registry, right? Yeah, there you go.
Bingo.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing.
If it said 919, would everything have been ruined? Yes. Yes, give Arthur his red ball. Look at him crying. Oh my god.
Me?
Wow, the tip of the hat. Basically the middle figure of the 1912s. I wonder why it looks so foggy. I guess maybe it's almost dreamlike, you know what I mean? I wanted to see the painting. Why did they do that to me? The lighthouse. Let's go. It's such a beautiful lighthouse.
Why did you say, is it you?
Why did you say that, huh? I am so curious.
William told me you were coming.
Robinson?
Yes.
How'd he know? Why? Who?
He knew a lot of things before they happened. My career,
Is he him? What? The song, the song, the song.
Sorry we had the carrot so long. Thank you. See that guy's face?
Dude, I love a good gazebo, let me tell you.
What? Oh, Mo.
That's a lot better. Now he doesn't look like there's snowflakes on his face.
Well, shall we?
I would have been like, by who? That was the most vague answer I've ever heard in my life.
I really should rest a while.
Please.
She has this giant play tonight, but at the same time, you guys should talk more. Being kissed by Superman, I know. Superman with a super kiss.
McKenna?
Oh, hide, run away, jump out the window. It's better than seeing him.
I shall leave a ticket for you at the theatre door.
Yes. Who is this guy and why does he know all of this stuff?
Banker Harwell, yes. All 67 years and 5'4" of height and several hundred pounds.
5'4"?
Anything you like about him?
Yes, his absence.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
And what man is that, miss?
Good improv, good improv.
Dreams of in the deepest and most secret reaches of her heart.
The maid's like, what do I do?
Except for these. I love you.
Ooh, she said the L word. Yeah, honestly, standing ovation from the heart. I would be tearing up in that audience. What? I thought the play just started. Are they just ending it now? Like, what's up? What's happening? That's the shortest play of all time.
Try to think of something happy or brighter.
Ah.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Lord.
Oh my god. Have we seen this picture? Did we see this picture at the start of the movie? Yes, it's the picture in the picture frame, and it's her looking at him. Oh, my heart. My heart goes boom.
I think an old song says it best.
Life and death. You gonna try to kill him over here?
March of 1903.
Yeah, that's exactly right, actually.
Herself to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest actress of her generation.
That's cool.
Ever since you came here, I've known from the start.
Like, actually known? Oh! Oh. That's a pretty weak punch, I gotta say.
Message? No, I'm sorry. This makes no sense at all. What could have happened to him?
He's literally getting beat up in the gazebo.
I must say, was somewhat eccentric.
Where is he? What have you done to him?
I love how she just knows. Yeah, you did. You did everything.
And your life.
I don't believe you.
Imagine if he died. Imagine if he actually died. That would be a good reason to make her spiral. He looks a little shook. I hope something really bad didn't happen to Christopher Reeve. Oh, where is he? What happened to him?
Thank you.
She knows he didn't leave intentionally, obviously, because he left his stuff. Log roll to safety, Christopher Reeve. Log roll to safety. He didn't even tie the leg once, they just became untied. He used like laser vision. You have to find her, you have to find her, you have to give her the watch. Oh, someone's gonna be on that bench. It's in focus. You have a dual focus shot. Yeah. It's great framing with the post used to kind of split the shots. Very simple but effective camera trick. Ah, I'm so happy. Oh, she's letting the hair down. Oh, they blew it out. A little dark. Fun in the dark.
Assuming that I ever want to act again after tonight.
You will.
You should. You're a good actress.
It's 5 o'clock.
Really? I don't feel sleepy somehow, do you?
No.
5 o'clock in the a.m.
See, the first class condition. The sleeves fit. It's pretty good for me because my arms are about 9 feet long. And
Yeah, you have a wingspan for sure.
I can pull rabbits out.
Oh
of here.
no, oh no. Is he
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
pull out a
this is the best part.
coin?
There's a special coin compartment for emergency.
Oh no. He's gonna get drawn back. He's gonna get drawn back. He's gonna get drawn back and he's gonna be gone. I wonder what it looks like from her point of view. Man, he's a little sweaty right now, gotta say. But he left the watch, which is how she has to watch, I'm assuming.
I'm back. I'm back.
I don't think you're ever going back. The tree that they met at. The park, a lot more garbage, I'd say. Oh, she is looking a little worse for the wear. This is literally the window she was sitting at the night she died.
Well, the maid says he's been in there for days.
For days? 4 days?
Looks like he hasn't eaten in a week. You better send for an ambulance.
I'll call one right now.
A week? What about drinking water?
Wonder what happened. Gotta keep him going until they get here.
Oh my god, is he gonna die but he's gonna meet her in heaven? Yeah, he's definitely dying. And a freeze frame. You gotta end on a freeze frame. And that was my reaction to Somewhere in Time, the 1980 romance sci-fi film starring Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour, and Christopher Plummer. 2 Christophers out of the 3 main cast members. Kind of fun. That movie has definitely left me in a state of melancholy, I think is the best way to put it. Like a very bittersweet, sad, but also happy ending. I think this movie overall, like at the end of the movie, I was pretty emotional. I'll be honest. I was pretty emotional. You know, if you watch Uncut Reaction, I was like sunk in my chair a little bit, and you know, the movie definitely got to me. But I think I have to put the ending aside, and I think this movie was just decent. You know, I found myself not too invested in the romance of this movie, which is sad because this movie's whole thing is about the romance, and I just think it was very underdeveloped. He didn't meet Elise until like 45 minutes into this movie, and by that time there's only an hour left. I think the thing that got me emotionally was just the score of this movie. John Barry's score was incredible, and the song that played at the very end was very emotional, very sad. It brought up a lot of feelings. And then Christopher Reeve himself as an actor, once he leaves 1912, I think that's when I got really invested in the movie, which is funny because the investing part of the ending is supposed to be his connection and his loss for Elise. And while I didn't feel like I had lost Elise, like in a good romance movie, I like usually when someone, like let's say it's like a sad ending and like the lead lady or something dies and the guy is left all alone, he's crying, like usually if it's done well, I feel like I've lost her as well, you know, like I feel like I feel so connected to the relationship, almost as if I was like a third person in that relationship. And for this movie that didn't happen. I didn't feel too connected, but it was just the emotion on Christopher Reeve's face, just the amount, like just like the dead eyes, the red around them stuff, just like all of that those last moments. I don't know, it was just something about him crying, even though I wasn't connected and I didn't feel like I had lost her as he did. He almost started to convince me that I had just through his acting, and I just thought he was incredible in those last 15 minutes, and I think he is the reason, and just like seeing him like that, and then the music as well, is the reason why I got so emotional at the end. But yeah, I think I have to be fair to this movie, and I have to be honest, because the ending definitely is enough, or it got me enough emotionally where I could be very biased against it and just be like, oh my god, that was amazing. And while I did like this movie, I enjoyed it, I didn't think it was like an amazing movie. I just thought it was a good movie. I just think there's some very underdeveloped moments, some moments I wish had happened more so than others, and just characters that I wish had more screen time so I got to know them a little better and stuff like that, and I'll get into that. But there are a lot of things that I did like about this film as well. Getting into the reviews of this movie first before I get into everything else, the music, just the cinematography, kind of the look of this movie was kind of interesting, and then the things that I disliked about this movie, or maybe not even disliked, because I wouldn't say I disliked anything really about this movie, it's just things that I wish were improved on to make this movie even better. So 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb and 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it seems like audiences love this movie a little bit more, quite a bit more actually, than critics. And maybe that's because of basically Christopher Reeve and kind of what happened to him after this movie and after Superman 4 and stuff like that. Like, it really is a tragedy. So maybe people are looking at this movie with more like rose-colored glasses and stuff, because it, you know, it's kind of like sad, and you know, you get like a happiness seeing Christopher Reeve again. It's like whenever you see an actor that was really influential in your life, or that you just really liked, and maybe they've passed away or something like that, or something bad has happened to them, and they're no longer acting for different reasons. And when you look at their movies and you rewatch them, and maybe you watched them as a child or something, you rewatch them as an adult, and you kind of are looking at it and you're kind of like, oh yeah, this guy, like maybe he isn't the greatest actor, but as someone watching it, you're like, oh yeah, like I remember this, like this is making me really happy, like this person is amazing. And so maybe people are watching this movie and maybe they are thinking like that as they watch it, and that's why the reviews are so much higher than the critics. I would definitely agree more with the critics on this one. Like, I did like this movie. I just think there were enough flaws with it and enough kind of just underdeveloped things that I wish were more developed. But the things that they did really well, I thought they did amazing. And one of those things was John Barry's score, slash just a score, because I'm pretty sure one of the pieces of music isn't John Barry's score. It's like from another composer, I forget who it is, it's like a classical piece or something. But the music in this movie was so good, and the music in this movie definitely carried the weight of the emotions for me. And usually I don't like that too much. Usually, like, I love music, I listen to movie scores and stuff, and it's very emotional, but it's because I remember the visuals and the characters along with the music. And so usually I want the music to not be the source of the emotion, but to amplify the emotion that is shown on screen visually and maybe audibly with words between the characters, and the music can amplify that and make it go from just emotional to like waterfall tears going, you know. And in this movie, I thought for the most part the music was doing the heavy lifting with the emotion, and I was a little disappointed by that, just because I wish that on screen the characters could be supporting the emotion for me a little bit more. But the music I thought was wonderful. It was so sweet. It was very romantic. It was very touching. I don't know, something about it, just the strings and the pianos and stuff just kind of softly meshing together and working themselves together. It was just like, I don't know, it kind of reminded me as a piece of music that would just kind of symbolize Christopher Reeve in a way, you know. He seems like a very soft and gentle and kind man, and the music kind of embodied his character of Richard, embodied the romance, but it felt to me more like an embodied Christopher Reeve. And so maybe that's why at the end of the movie it got me very emotional, because obviously I know what happens to Christopher Reeve in the future in real life, and just seeing him like that in the movie, seeing him crying and stuff like that, and then because the music felt so much like not just his character in this movie and not just kind of what's happening in this movie, but to me it felt almost like him itself. Maybe that connection made me very like emotional towards the music. I don't really know, but that's kind of how I felt about the score. I really loved it. I can't wait to download it, and Like, I probably, like, usually when I listen to music, as I said, I think about, like, a scene that the music is in or something, and it makes me, like, really happy or really excited or very sad and stuff like that. And I think when I listen to the score for this one, I'll probably just be thinking about Christopher Reeve, which is really interesting, but it's kind of how the music worked on me in this movie, and I've never really had that happen to me before. But yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful soundtrack, so yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna listen to it a lot. Man, I talked a lot about the soundtrack. I'm gonna talk about the things that I wish was underdeveloped, because I think that's probably the most important thing to talk about right now, and then I'm gonna talk about maybe kind of how it looks and stuff like that, because I quite digged how it looked, to be honest with you. It looked kind of like a low budget film in a way, but I kind of liked it, but I'll get into that later. Yeah, so the things that I had the biggest issue with was definitely Richard and Elise's relationship. It was mostly the character of Elise. I thought Richard was a really cool character. He was pretty well developed and stuff like that. I really liked his fascination with Elise and stuff like that. And sometimes I was like, it's getting a little creepy where you're stalking her and stuff, but like I knew it wasn't supposed to be creepy. It was just like, I don't know, stalking this lady, like just following them like 10 feet back for a few minutes isn't necessarily the best thing to do right now, but that's not really a flaw with this movie that I have. I thought Richard was a good character. I think the stumbling in this movie came from Elise, came from Jane Seymour's character. I thought she did a great job. That monologue that she has in the play and stuff, I thought was fantastic, and it was pretty emotional for the most part. But again, I didn't connect with their relationship. I didn't feel like they actually were like in love with each other, because you could see it on screen, but when she said like, I'm in love with you, I didn't buy it, because one, it'd only been one day, and it felt like she, like, even though she was waiting for him, she was waiting for this person to come into her life, it wasn't at the same level that Richard was. Like, Richard was researching and trying to, like, he figured out time travel to be with her and stuff like that. And so it didn't, like, Richard, I can understand if he's like, I love you, I can understand that, but for Elise, it's almost as if she's just meeting this new person from the get-go, and so for her to say I love you felt definitely a little forced and a little rushed for the story. And then she just didn't really have any character besides being the person that Richard loves, and kind of she's kind of obtained almost by William, and she's kind of being forced to not see Richard, and then when she finally is able to see Richard, she kind of falls in love. But she doesn't really have any other character to me besides being the romantic interest. Like, yes, she's a great actress and stuff like that, but I wanted to know more about her, just like we kind of delved into Richard a lot. I was kind of hoping the movie would almost focus, because we focused on Richard a lot for about 45 minutes. It was almost solely Richard. I was kind of hoping the movie would kind of solely focus on Elise for even just 15-20 minutes of the film, and then kind of they will both merge with each other, because then at least we'd have a good solid understanding of Elise as a character. But unfortunately we didn't, and to me she felt fairly surface level, which was unfortunate, because I thought Richard again was not a surface level character. I did see like a lot of complexities within him and stuff like that, and so I think Elise definitely was the stumbling block that this movie had, and it was kind of she was kind of the part of the movie that, even though I really enjoyed her character, it just, like, her relationship dynamic with Richard fell flat, which in turn made the whole relationship aspect of this movie kind of fall flat for me. Like, it still sort of worked, and I still enjoyed their relationship. I still thought they had pretty good chemistry on screen. No, very good chemistry on screen and stuff like that. It just, like, I wasn't as connected as maybe the movie wanted me to be. And maybe that's my fault, maybe that's the movie's fault, but that's just how I felt coming out of this film. Yeah, the look of this movie I thought was really cool. It looked very low budget, which was kind of inspiring, to be honest with you, because it's a pretty, I mean, it's a pretty decent movie for the most part. I mean, it's a pretty good movie for the most part, and it was kind of cool to see, like, 1979, like, obvious, or 1980, I guess, like, obviously it's going to be not like the most HD quality looking film of all time. Like, it's probably not been remastered and stuff like that, because it feels like it's more of a fairly unknown film, because I didn't even know about it until I started watching Superman. But I don't know, the look, it was like very grainy, very film. It was, I mean, obviously it was filmed on film, it was in 1980, but it was just like, you could see a lot of the film grain on screen and stuff, and sometimes the audio was a little crackly or a little bad, and you know, it just kind of, it almost resembled like a very high budget, high quality student film, which I found really awesome about it. I don't know, there's just something charming about the almost lack of budget in the movie, but they were still able to make it. It was really cool. Like, maybe there was a huge budget in this movie, but to me it felt very low budget, very quiet, and it kind of represented the tone of the movie, which was very quiet, you know, very under the radar, but even though there's time travel in it, and I don't know, it was just charming to see like just the film grain and stuff on screen. The time travel stuff as well, I thought was very interesting, and I don't know if I have an issue with it or not. I don't think I do. I'm just like not going to think about that version of time travel in terms of like what happens to your body in the real world, what happens if you die in 1912 compared to 1979 where you're from. Like, I don't really care about those answers, to be honest. It would be kind of cool to answer them, I will say that, but it's not detrimental to the plot of the movie or anything. It doesn't ruin the movie. I thought time travel was cool though. I've never really seen time travel like this, where if you hypnotize yourself hard enough, then you transport to the place that you've hypnotized yourself. And obviously if you think about it, you're too hard, you're just like, no, that would just make you be crazy and just make you basically a lunatic. You'd still be in 1979, but you believe you're in 1912. But I kind of like that if you think about it and you believe, then you actually physically get transported to 1912. I really like that concept, and I don't know, it was just the time travel in this was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to talk about the cast, because I just talked a lot about the cast during my talk about their relationships and stuff like that, and also kind of Christopher Reeve and how the music has affected me and stuff. But yeah, I'd just like to say one more time that even though I thought Elise's character fell flat, I thought Jane Seymour did a fantastic job, and I did think that the monologue that she gave, as well as when she said the lines, it was fairly believable. It was just like in my heart, I was like, no, that's just like, it feels too soon, you know, it feels too soon. But I thought she did her lines and stuff, and her acting was really good, and the monologue I thought was fantastic. It was definitely one of my favorite parts of the movie. But I think Christopher Reeve did phenomenal. So yeah, Jane Seymour did amazing, but I think Christopher Reeve, I thought his character was great. But I mean, just like the final 15 minutes of this movie, the whole movie he did great, but those final like 15 minutes, once he gets back to 1979, like honestly, some of the best acting from him that I've seen since the first Superman movie. It was just phenomenal. And I don't know how many movies he's done, but I mean, he's a great dramatic actor. Just the crying and stuff like that, the tears, just the facial expressions, the body language, because normally he's like a very cheery dude, you know, he's a very charming, cheery guy and very kind, and then when you see him slouching and kind of head down a little bit, shadows under his eyes, it's really, really sad, and I think he did a great job in this film. So yeah, that is my reaction and review to Somewhere in Time, the 1980 sci-fi romance film. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot, and yeah, I'm actually really glad that I watched this movie. It was very requested after I watched the Superman film, and I'm glad I did. I enjoyed myself. I thought that like some things could have been improved, but that doesn't mean that I think they were bad. I just think that they could have been improved. Anyways, if there are any other like really good Christopher Reeve movies, then that would be worth checking out. Like maybe I'll check them out on my own time or on the channel. I'll have to see. But if there are any more, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.